Guys, stop saying the cards in these videos are broken. Can you go and take a look at this card? Read this text. What part of this text is okay? This card sounds like an anime fan's wet dream, and yet Konami clearly printed it. You can't tell me that we won't get another broken card when shit like this got through the Konami vault somehow. I just wanted to address all the comments from people saying that these cards are all busted, because yes, they're gonna be, because they're custom cards, but don't forget, Dragoon exists. Thank you and enjoy the video.
Alright, Miguel. Dark Magician is always a target to get banished, so it gives 1,000. Okay. Magician's Fusion, it's just ref. It's just ref. Good. It's always good. Dark Magician Gold, the Dragon Knight. Comes DMG while in the field or grave. That's what it should do. Your opponent counter target spell traps to control the mentioned DM. Great. So it's got the Dragon Knight effect. Cool. Gains 1,000 for every DM in the banish zone, so it's kind of got like a DM effect. In the banish zone, though. Interesting. DMG effect, but for the banish zone. Okay. When a card or effect is activated, quick effect, send a DM from your field, deck, extra deck, or banish zone to the grave, banish zone to grave to get the activation. Each Dark Magician can be sent this way once per turn. Okay, very strange, but cool. I dig it. I dig it. All right, we've got Juan sent in a bunch of nice cards. Nice retrains. The art's looking really good. Let's have a look. Got Dark Void Domain. Your opponent can activate field spells. Crazy is like Season 1. When this card is activated, you can set Eternal Soul from your deck or grave. If your opponent has summoned the turn you activate it, you can activate it directly. Okay, that's nice. It's interesting. So like Metaverse into this would be really good. While this card is face up, Eternal Soul's unaffected by opponent's card effects. That's really nice too. Because like Lightning Storm still wipes the field, I think. I'm not sure. During main phase, you can activate one of these effects. Banish one DM from your deck. Why would we want to do that? Surely the rest will tell us. Special or banish DM. Okay, there we go. Add to your hand one banish card that mentions DM. Interesting. So interacting more with the banish zone. Magical Void Fusion. So we're going to fuse using the banish. This card's effect cannot be copied by other cards. So no anacondas and whatnot. Banish one card from your hand face down. Well, it's got a cost as well, so we're discarding kind of. Fusion summon one fusion monster that mentions DM or Palladium Oracle Mahad. So we've got a Palladium fusion coming up. As material from your extra deck using two monsters from either field. So it's super poly-esque as well. Or by banishing materials from your deck. Okay, so deck or field. Great. That's either field, which is good. It's like a mix of ref and super poly and... Wow, this is crazy. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck, except fusion monsters. The turn you activate this card, you can only activate one per turn. Either player can activate in response. Okay, literally super poly and ref. Holy shit. 1,000 Blades. This is a continuous spell card. It's always treated as 1,000 Knives, so you can search it off Eternal Soul. Your opponent cannot chain to the effects of Dark Magician monsters or Palladium monsters that include banishing or destroying cards. So they can't chain to monsters only. So the circle's still... that's weird. Alright, quick effect when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send this card to field grave to get the effect. I like that part. That part's good. Like a Called by the Grave copy that can be sent for draws with Magician Souls, so that's cool. Ascendant Dark Magician. So a retrain of DM. Special this from hand by revealing one card that lists DM from hand. You can only special one this way. When this card is special from hand, you can banish a spell trap. This card can be used as material for a Fusion Synchro XZ Link that requires DM as material. It gains once per turn, once while face up on the field. When a card or effect is activated, quick effect negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. Cool. So just a overall better version of DM, a better version of DMG that will give you a draw if the card leaves the field. This also lets you excavate top 3, and if you do add a DM or card that mentions it, so it's like a better circle as well. We've got the better Mahad here, the Void, so they're all Ascendant, Dark Magicians, and the Void Palladiums. So the Void Palladiums, you can special them by banishing 2 cards from Graveyard. If this is special summon this way, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard, so that's pretty good. You can only activate them while Dark Magician is on your field or grave. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon this card from your grave quick effect. You can destroy both one card you control and one card on the field. Nice. This card is used for material Fusion Synchro. This card is used as material for a Fusion Synchro XZ Link that mentions DM or is named DM. When it gains this effect, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, tribute this card or one monster your opponent controls to special one DM from your grave, or that is removed from play. That was a lot of text. Alright, thank God. Mana's got a little less. This card is always treated as mana. If this card If a card is added from main deck to your opponent's hand except during the draw phase, you can send this card from your hand to the grave for the rest of this turn. Cards that would be added to either player's hand or main deck will be banished instead. Whoa, Shifter. If this card is used as material, it gains the name DM while on the field. Alright, interesting. We've got Magician's Valkyria on a link 1, and it is now Void Palladium Apprentice. 1 DM monster or 1 Palladium. This card's link summon. You add a spell that mentions DM or DM monster, or a DM monster from deck to hand. Pretty good, pretty good. We love to see it. Love to see it. Let's skip to the link 3. This is, if it is link summon using a Palladium as material, this card becomes unaffected by other cards' effects. That's pretty nice. Voidwalker, Dark Magician. Doesn't identify as... Oh, no, it does. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while on the field or grave. Wow. 3,000 attack as well. Huge. Start of the damage step, this card battles. Target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. That's really good. Really good. Let's look at the fusions. We've got a Palladium Void Returner, which is Mahad and any extra deck monster, so I guess that's why you want to super poly their shit away. This card's also treated as Mahad, so 2 cards treated as Mahad here. Once per turn, quick effect, target one card on the field, destroy that card, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack. That's kind of good. Kind of Dragoon, you know? Once while face up on the field, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, negate the activation. If you do, to banish that card. Nice. If this fusion summon card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you contribute a monster on either field. If you do, you can special summon a Dark Magician from hand, deck, graveyard, all that is banished. Interesting. Tribute from either field. Tribute opponent. Chaos Void Magician. DM and, you know, any fusion, synchro, exe, link, so like another good super poly target. Always treated as DM in field and grave, very nice. Unaffected by other card effects. Well, that's big. Like Eternal Soul won't even wipe it. Unaffected by other card effects. So that's only on the field. You still Eternal Soul bring this out, but then it's unaffected. Monsters your opponent controls lose 200 attack for each DM monster and Palladium monsters in the field of grave. Well, that's correct. They'll just have 0 attack. It reminds me of the hero cards. They have stuff to do similar things to this. I like this though. This is like a nice chaos take on DM. Like lots of banish zone interaction. Really crazy fusion spell that's like kind of balanced by being a discard and being restrictive and whatnot. And the whole banish idea behind the deck makes sense with what Circle was kind of leaning towards. And I mean, Allure of Darkness would also fit in this deck so well. Especially with our Dark Void Domain. So thank you, Juan. That was sick. They were really good cards. Really solid. Alright, we've got some cards from... Thank you to Slacker Magician for the art. And I'm just going to call them PH or Pedro as their name says. Illusion Magic Formula. Oh, Magic Formula! Special DMG from deck, hand, or grave, and equip it with this card. Against 700 attack. Quick effect, target one other spell trap on the field, place it face down. This card is sent from field to grave, gain 1000 LP for each Palladium monster, DM, or DMG with different names on the fields and in the graves. You can only use each effect, sacred, mystical, once per time. Okay, that's copy pasted from your second card. But what's funny about that is, you know, this card I used to win in time, the Magic Formula, and this one's like a better version of it, which is pretty funny. Let's take a look at Mystical, Sacred Mystical Elf. 2 monsters, including a normal monster on your side of the field of hand. Oh, so you do need to see Magician Souls for this to be like viable and summon out DM. So target a normal monster in your grave, which you will have because you linked it away. Set from your deck a spell trap that mentions it. Great. This card can't be used for a link summon except link summon of a non-effect monster. Why would we want to make the guy a link 3? I don't know, these cards are very balanced though, so I dig that. They're not like broken as crap like every other custom. So shout outs to you, Pedro, that's very cool. Alright, looking at Chardy. Chardy's got a nice link 1 here. 2k attack? What's going on here? Legendary Knight, Dark Magician Girl. A normal monster with 2400 attack or more. Okay, so you have to summon off DM at least. This card's name is always treated as DMG, which is interesting. So Soul Servant with Magician Souls would always be a draw 2, like off the bat. You go DM, a Soul Summon DM, link into this, play Soul Servant, get whatever, and yeah, draw 2. And this card is special summon. You can add one legendary dragon spell, Legend of Heart, or a level 8 dragon monster from deck or grave to hand. So you can add Eye of Timaeus, Legend of Heart, which we won't. But Timaeus, both Timaeus cards are addable, so that's cool. So the dilemma here is you've already used your DM to make this link, so what the Eye of Timaeus will have to make Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight. While this card points to a monster, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, monsters your opponent controls cannot target this card for attacks. Once per turn, you can send a card from your deck to the grave, activate one of these effects. Change the monster type of this card to any type until the end of the turn. So this is a warrior for the purpose of the weird warrior DM fusions, I guess. But you can also change this to any of the types you need for the wacky fusions. We've also got a different effect. Special summon a monster from either graveyard and send it to the graveyard during the end phase. Okay, so this is where adding the Timaeus lets you actually fuse. That is interesting. That is interesting. The name of this face-up card can be treated as the sent card until... Oh, well, this can just be DM as well. Well, that's a lot of options. The sad part is if you go to activate like the special to DM from grave and they chain call by, you're just screwed. Like, you'd be better off with the third effect going, I'll just make this become DM till the end of the turn. But then if they imperm you, you're screwed. So it's like, yeah, you can't do, like, you have to commit to one. Oh, no, that's a lie. You say once per turn, you send a card from deck to grave. That's your cost. You send a card from deck to grave. Which is crazy, by the way. Foolish Burial, by the way. And then you activate one of the effects. You don't have to declare which one. Okay, that's broken then. Because they can call by your DM or they can imperm you now, but you can just pick a different effect. Or, you know, if you get an imperm, you get an imperm. But you get what I mean. That's really cool, actually. Okay, this card's crazy good. Crazy good, fixes so many issues, actually. Dominic Gardner has sent in custom DM cards for the Bestial DM deck. So far, we've just got 2 Dark Magicians. What is this, a deck list? Oh, it's a freaking deck list. Did you actually send in a deck list? Holy crap, okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to look at everything. Let's look at your take on gloves. When this card is normal, add a monster card from deck to hand that mentions DM. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a monster effect or effect while this card is in your grave, tribute a spellcast to add this to hand. Okay, so a bit of the rod effect there. When your opponent activates a monster card or effect, you can equip this card to one DM you control if you do negate it. Oh, okay. While this card is equipped to a monster once per turn, return one card your opponent controls to the hand. What the hell? Alright, this is kind of busted. What else we got? Magician's Aura 2. I don't know why everything's 2, but sure. You know what? On second thought, I don't want to read that one. There's a lot of text. Alright, unfortunately, a lot of these images are just not loading. So let's just have a read of Secrets of Dark Magic 2. You can't special summon monsters except monsters that list DM this turn. Fusion summon using monsters from hand, deck, field. Summon something with a DM or DMG as material. Or ritual summon, probably the same conditions, tributing from hand, deck, field. For something that a DM or DMG. Using a DM or DMG, sorry, whose levels equal or exceed the ritual monster. Once per turn, banish a card from grave, then you can shuffle any cards that mention DM into your deck from among the cards on your field, and your grave or face are banished. Alright, that's cool. Soul Servant probably doesn't need a change, so I'm not going to read that. Eternal Soul, I'm pretty sure I can guess that one. Is the Dark Magician changed? That yes, this card's name becomes Dark Magician and all Dark Magician while on the field of grave. Amazing, that's all this card needed to do. The attack buffs are cool, but like that's all this really needed to do. Magician's Pet Dragon, I like this concept. Harpy Pet Dragon, cool. 1 level rank 1 monster that mentions DM. Gains effects based on the number of cards you control that mention DM. Plus, so 1, your opponent cannot target monsters that mention DM for attacks. That's weird. They just won't be able to attack. 2, gains 500. Oh, yes, they just attack this. Gains 500 attack for each monster that mentions DM you control. And then 3 plus, send a card your opponent controls to the grave. Well, that's pretty good, actually. Pretty busted indeed. I'm not going to be able to look at any more of those, unfortunately, Dominic, but thank you. That is a crazy cool submission. We're going to move on to Jacob's now, though. Jacob's got the Palladium Sorcerer of Dark Magic, 2 level 9s. That's a weird one, but looks like we can use a rank 7 XZ monster as material, so Eborn can go into this. This card's name becomes DM while on the field of grave. That's huge. While this card is face up on the field, opponent can activate trap cards. Well, that's really big. Just put out Village in this, and it's GG. All monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack for each spellcast. Oh my god. With a different name in your grave. Literally, like, they can't attack, they can't use spells, they can't use traps. Once per turn, you can attach one material from this card and add one card from deck to hand that is Dark Magician or list DM or DMG. This card is cracked. Even with no protection, this card is cracked. Absolutely insane. Insane lockdowns you could do with that card. Alright, Dark Celestial Blast. It's a counter trap, which I do think we need. When a spell/trap card or monster effects activated, tribute DM or DMG for you control, and if you do, negate the activation. If you do that, destroy that card. If a spellcaster you control be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from grave. That monster gains attack equal to the attacking monster. Well, it would have to be attacked, because being destroyed by battle means the battle's over, right? You can't gain the attack now. So yeah, you just have to fix that wording a bit, but that's cool. Alright, let's have a look at our Matchy. Matchy sent in the Dark Magical Fusion, which is you can send a spell trap from deck to grave that lists DM. So great, send Soul Servant. That'll be cracked. Fusion summon fusion monster that lists DMG as material by sending Dark Magician and a monster that mentions it from deck to grave. And a monster that mentions it. So you could send Timaeus still. Oh, after you activate this card. After you activate this card, no normal special. Okay, that's really good. And it does force you to play the Timaeus, but I think that's fine. It can also just mean you can make the other fusions too. And the problem here, sending Spell Trap to grave is a little bit busted. Maybe other decks would have used that and just play Soul Servant as well, but maybe they wouldn't. Maybe it's too many bricks. I like it though. This is from, we've got 3 submissions from Eduardo Garcia here. I think he's just sent them individually by accident. This card is in your hand. Ritual spell, Dark Chaos Ritual. If this card is in your hand, you can send this card to grave. Add 1 Chaos or Black Luster Soldier Ritual monster from deck to hand. Okay, interesting. This card can be used to ritual summon any Chaos or Black Luster Soldier Ritual monster, so like Illusion of Chaos or Magician of Chaos. You must also send Blue Eyes or DMs or a monster that mentions it from deck or extra deck to grave. Well, that's interesting. That could be kind of cracked. Whose total levels exactly equal the level of the Chaos of Black Luster Soldier Ritual monster you ritual summon. During the main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can banish this card, add Chaos form, and a ritual monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon, DM, or Black Luster from deck to hand. Okay. It's not as insane as it sounds. It sounds kind of safe, to be honest. Dark Magic Circle expanded when this card's activated. Look at top 3 and reveal one that is DM, one of them that is DM or DMG, or a monster that mentions it, or a spell trap that mentions either of them. Add it to hand, great, very generic. Or set it to your field. Also place the remaining on top of the deck in any order. Cards set with this effect can be activated this turn. Beautiful, that's how this is meant to play out. You can use this effect once per turn. Each time a Dark Magician, DMG, or Palladium is normal or special to your field, you can banish cards your opponent control up to the number of differing monster names that were summoned this turn. Holy crap. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can set 1 spell trap that mentions DM or DMG from deck or deck to field, sorry. This card is just really good. Really good circle retrain that we kind of desperately need. So that's your best card, yeah, that's for sure. Wow, we've seen this art a lot today too. Magician's Determination. Send one card, okay, I guess send 1 card that mentions DM in its text from deck or extra deck to grave, then take 1 Dark Magician or monster that mentions it from your deck and either add it to your hand, special in defense. Also, the rest of the turn off this card resolves. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, except for monsters that mention Dark Magician. If a spell trap that mentions Dark Magician you control will be destroyed, banish this card from game. Nice, got that protection on it. Yeah, this could be really cracked too. Absolutely cracked. Alright, very nice cards. Thank you, Eduardo. Those cards were very cool. Now we move on to Usman. Okay, so I can use your real name, which is Usman. I'm probably destroying that name though. What about Naxxramas? I'm probably saying both of those bad, so apologies. Dark Magical Tower is a field spell. This card gains the following effect, well, the Spellbook Tower. If Eternal Soul is on the field, your opponent cannot negate this card's effect. If Circle's out, your opponent cannot banish cards from your deck or grave. Oh, very nice. You can only activate the following effect once per turn. Fusion Summon. Oh, it's the Fusion spell. Fusion Summon a Fusion monster using monsters from hand or field and 1 monster from your deck. Nice. Very balanced. If DM's on your field, you can Fusion Summon Dark Magician the Dragon using that card alone. That's so good. This is like a balanced card too, to some degree, at least. There's a Magician's Tower too. While DM or a monster that lists DM is on the field, you can activate this effect Fusion Summon. So it's just the Fusion Summon element. This card cannot be negated while Eternal Soul is up. While Circle is on field or grave, your opponent. Okay, so it's like a chill version, right? Alright, we got a Link 1, which is Dark Magician Familiar, which is our little Link Karibo boy. Magic Karibo, I should say. 1 DM or spellcaster monster that lists DM. Of this card is Link Summon. While your opponent controls more monsters than you can special 1 spellcaster from grave to a zone your Link monster points to. So good going second. That's about it though. But anyway, once per turn, if a spell trap you control will be destroyed. on opponent's card effect while this card's in your grave, banish it instead. Okay, so that's really good for like rod looping and also just protection. Very cool. Alright, second version of this card, which will probably be more busted. You can link summon this by sending DM or DMG or Palladium from hand to grave, so that's good for fixing the bricks. This card is treated as DM while in the grave. Okay, that's also busted. This card is link summon while your opponent controls more monsters than you. You special spellcaster from grave. Then once per turn of spell trap or destroy, banishes instead. Okay, so now it's a crazy link one. It's doing a lot. Then we have a link for Dark Palladium. Magician is a Palladium. We love to see it. 2 spellcasters including DM. You can also banish spellcasters from grave as link material for this card. That's big. It's like referencing Quintet and Magicalized. I think it's like Mahad and DM together. It's really cool. This card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. It's a good start. Also cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Great, but Eternal Soul still kills it, right? This card gains 500 for each monster used for its link summon. Well, it's already huge. Once per turn, you can banish 1 spellcaster monster from your grave and banish 1 card from your opponent's field if you do inflict 1,000. Okay, this is doing a bit too much and it's a bit too strong, but you know, I love it. I still like it. But yeah, Konami's just going to give us like a fusion with like 1900 attack and be like, enjoy, go nuts. And our link, when we get it, will have like 2 attack. Oh, this looks like it's AI generated. I like it. Dark Sorcerer. 3 monsters, including a Dark Spellcaster, always treated as a Palladium card. Okay, I dig it. You can special summon this card using 1 Dark Magician from your hand. Using 1? Well, that's busted. Holy crap. If this card is special summoned, you can activate a spell or trap card from your deck that has Dark Magician in its text. This card just keeps getting better. If this card is in your graveyard, banish it. GV. What is the GV? A new zone. Banish it and special summon 1 DMG Palladium. Mono Palladium Mahad from hand deck grave. This card is broken. Let's just say that. New Magician Circle, or Dark Magic Circle. Once per turn, when this card's activated, you can special 1 monster that has DM in its text from deck. Okay, if a monster is sent to your graveyard, activate a spell card from your deck that mentions DM. That seems kind of busted, but okay, sure. Dark Union Secrets. Is this another AI card? I think it is. So this is the fusion card. Fusion summon a fusion monster from extra deck using monster from your side of the field. If you control DM, you can use monster from deck, hand, grave. That's perfect. And then Ritual by a similar regard, I would imagine. Whose levels equal or exceed the level of the Ritual. This card's in your grave. You can banish 1 spellcaster. If you do, bring this card back to your hand. That's pretty good. Pretty good because it can grab itself back. So the fusion part of it's a bit better than a Ritual, but I always like that. Alright, very cool. Alright, Ryan is up next. He said they might be a bit OP, but he wants DM to get competitive. We've got Forbidden Book of Dark Magic, a normal spell. If you control DM, activate one of these effects. Pay any number of your LP. Your opponent will lose LP equal to half of the LP you lost. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, banish all monsters you control face down. You take damage equal to the combined attack of all your monsters banished. If you do, you can take control of your opponent's monsters equal number of monsters banished. Return control of your opponent's monster at the end of the turn. What the hell? Pay half your LP. If you do, your opponent cannot activate card effects for the rest of this turn. That'll be busted if this was quick play. Holy crap. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, banish your entire hand face down, then draw 1. If you do, then you can choose monsters or spell trap. Your opponent must banish all cards of that type from their hand. I don't think this is busted so far. I think it's just weird as fuck. Initiates of Dark Magic. Okay, very spooky looking. Marvel.com. Let's go. Spellcaster level 2 Dark. This card can be special summoned by sending a Dark Spellcaster monster from field to the grave. Okay, so that's most of our deck. And if you have at least 1 card in your grave that lists DM or DMG in its name or text, you can summon as many initiate tokens, 0 attack and defense, as possible. For every token summoned, gain 250 LP. Quick effect, while you control this card, you can send 3 monsters and or tokens to the graveyard to negate the activation of any card effect from your opponent's hand up to 2 times per turn. If you control 4 initiate tokens, you can switch this monster to defense position. If you do, change one of your opponent's monster's battle position. While you control his 1 initiate token, this monster cannot change his battle position. This effect is this effect is once per turn. That is one of the weirdest cards I've ever read. That is such a strange one. Magician's Oath. This is a level 4 Dark Spellcaster. Upon summoning this card, you can declare one monster card that lists DM or DMG in its name or text. You can summon this card as the declared card's name if you have another card in your hand that lists DM or DMG in its card name or text. If sent to the graveyard, you can add the original declared card from your deck to your hand. Quick effect. I mean, you'd link it away for Artemis, right? Anyway, while this card is in your graveyard, you can, if only one card on your side of the field is banished, you can banish this card instead. I don't think these are OP at all. I don't know what these are meant to do, to be honest. They're a bit all over the shop, to be honest. But they're definitely your own takes, which I appreciate. They're not anything I've suggested, and they're really wild and out there. All right, we've got our Jonah, and he has sent in the Dark Magician, a retrain of him. AI art, maybe, I'm not sure. This card's name becomes DM while in hand, deck, grave, or on the field. That means you can only play this into vanilla DM, for example. If a monster that mentions DM is summoned or activates its effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Oh, so you can normal rod and just chain this. During your end phase, you can tribute one other monster you control. Set one spell trap that would mention Dark Magician from the deck. During the end phase, you tribute one other monster you control. We always will have it because that's how this got summoned. Set one spell trap that mentions DM from the deck. That's really good, and the reason it's good is it will always do like effect 2 from effect 1, summoning itself, and then during the end phase you can go put Eternal Soul down. So you really want to search circle with your rod, and then this just grabs you the either like a cracked fusion spell, if we get a quick play one like Secrets wouldn't even be that bad, or just getting Eternal Soul here is really good. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can shuffle a card you control to the deck, and if you do, add this card to hand. Pretty sure you just let this die. I'm pretty sure you just go, okay, see ya. Alright, next we have one from Fahad. Fahad sent in Ashira, the Magician Revival. Alright, it's a level 3 or lower spellcaster. It's got the Artemis stats, but it's dark. Once per turn, normal summon one dark spellcaster from your hand. If this normal summon monster has Dark Magician in its context, then it's unaffected by card effects until the end of the turn. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can banish this card. All your spell traps that have Dark Magician in their context are unaffected until the end of the turn. You can still chain that when they do removal, which is nice. Then have to have second removal. I dig that. That's really cool. We've got Adam here. Hey man, completely forgot to send my card. That's right, Skill Palladium Magician. I like it. It's Skill Dark Magician. 2k Link 2, very strong. 2 monsters, including one monster that mentions DM in its card text. You can target one monster on the field or grave. Its name becomes Dark Magician until the end of the turn. You can pay 2000 LP, send a normal or quick play spell that mentions DM monster from your deck to grave. This effect becomes that spell's effect when that card is activated. Also, you can only special summon spellcasters for the rest of this turn. Well, because we don't have a good DM fusion card yet, I don't know. I don't know what we'd send here that's worth sending 2k. It's like an Anaconda ripoff, but we don't have that cracked fusion spell yet. That's cool, I dig it. We just need the crazy Konami fusion spell to go with it. Oh, we've got a card sent in by Ivan. Ref on legs, but exclusively for DM. Copium. I love it. Palladium Oracle Apprentice, and it's a Palladium. We love to see it. One monster that lists DM, or a monster, or one monster, or a face-up spell trap that mentions DM. Oh, nice. So yeah, anything DM. If this, spell trap. What? I can summon this off circle? Cracked. That's so good. If this card is link summoned, you can special summon one Dark Magician from your deck. Okay. So you want to make this off rod. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster that lists Dark Magician as material from extract using monsters from your hand, deck, field. But this summons DM too, but you can just say fuck it, fuse from deck. Or face up banish cards. Holy shit. Just everywhere. If you do, its name becomes DM. You can't special summon monster. Holy crap. This is the most busted link one ever. I dig it. I dig the honesty. I dig the copium. Let's go. Am I late from Sergi? No, you're all good. Palladium Souls. 1 level 4 or lower spellcaster. You can send 2 monsters from hand and or field to grave. Draw that many cards. It's like Magician Souls for the monsters, so for all the bricks. If this card is link summoned, you can send 1 level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from deck to grave, then activate this effect. Send this card to grave, then you can special a Palladium monster from your grave. pretty good. Pretty good for rotating like the bricky cards. DM, Keeper of Secrets, a link 3. This is being a bit of a common theme now as well. DM is a link 3. 2 spellcaster monsters. DM can be treated as 2 materials for the link summon of this card. I like that. That's a nice effect. So it's like a link 2 in DM, but anywhere else it's not. Incredible. This card's name becomes DM while on the field or grave. It's a good start. When this card is link summoned, set a spell trap from deck or grave to your side of the field that mentions DM in their name or text. That's really good. Once again, your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to your spell traps that mention DM. Well, that's cracked again. This card's crazy. Crazy. And then we have Sean. Sean has sent in Valkyria, the Magician of Light. I like it. It's the Valkyria, but in a different art. I wonder where this is from. It's a really nice art. Oh, it's from Rush Duel. They did a Valkyria in Rush Duel. Incredible. 2 level 6 or lower spellcasters. Alright, so that's... You can't make this with DM, ironically, but that's cool. This card's treated as a Palladium and or a Dark Magician Girl while on field and or in grave. And or. That's crazy. So if it's both, it's like just draws. Soul Servant out the arse draws. Crazy. If Link summoned using a monster that lists Dark Magician in its text, apply the following effects. Any monster this card points to cannot be affected by card effects or destroyed by battle. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send a card that lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text to the grave instead. Interesting. Interesting. It's pretty cracked. I know you said the effect might be a bit casual, but I actually think it being DM and DMG alone is crazy. No, I actually think this is a really good card. It's pretty chill and tame, but I like that. It's very realistic of what we might actually get, so thank you. Big thanks to Sean.